In Qatar, the old tradition and architecture of the Arabian desert cohabit with spectacular skylines, worldwide culinary spots, and fancy cars. Besides, these numerous jobs opportunities, along with the high quality of life, attract millions of foreigners to this sunny country. As a result, Qatar is today a fascinating cultural mosaic and home to the second largest expat community in the world. Aside from the booming economy, which has flourished in the last few decades, Qatar has been investing highly in culture, award-renowned museums, art galleries, film festivals, and open-air concerts. Without forgetting its past, the country strives to be forward-thinking and it's working hard to change its tradition image to the outside world. The official language of Qatar is Arabic. Despite this, English is widely spoken in the country and among the large expatriate community. Persian and Urdu are often spoken. Learning a few Arabic words or phrases can demonstrate your interest in the country and its language, and may help you to integrate more easily. Islam is the official religion in Qatar, and the regime and government are linked to Islamic Sharia. Most Qataris are Muslim. However, the law does not impose restriction or any other religious identity. According to the government website Hukumi, Qatari law allows religious freedom, and society as well has a high level of tolerance towards different religious belief system. Nevertheless, visitors and expats in Qatar should respect the Islamic faith of the country and its people. The Qatar people are descendants of Bedouin Arab-speaking nomadic groups who live in the Middle Eastern deserts and maintain a tradition of generous hospitality. That said, Qatari society tends to be fairly conservative in most aspects, which is a result of heavy influence from Islamic traditions. Family traditional architectural features, items associated with the nation's past, such as the desert nomadism, Bedouin tents and carpets, camels, maritime trade, and bears, an image of the ruler are important national symbols. There is a very high ratio of men to women in Qatar society. Men outnumber women by more than 3 to 1. This is primarily due to number of expatriate males. Gender imbalance is a challenge to Qatari society because it perpetuates gender culture and subsequently unequal gender rights between men and women. Meeting and greeting people in Qatar. The most common verbal greeting in Gulf countries, Salam alaikum, exactly peace be upon you, is often used by non-Muslims. This form of address is even used in official meetings, and the correct reply for it is wa alaikum assalam, exactly, and upon you be peace. Depending on one's gender, Qataris have distinct ways of greeting each other. For example, men tend to shake hands, always the right one, as a formal greeting. If you are in informal environment and you know the person very well, you can kiss each other on the cheek 3 times on the right cheek. However, if you meet a relative or a close friend, you can greet each other by touching noses twice. The same procedure can be followed by women when greeting formally. For relatives and close friends, they also kiss on the cheek 3 times on the right sides and usually hug too. However, greeting rules are different between men and women, and the best advice is to wait for the Qatari person to take the lead. Men and women do not normally touch, and while some Qatari women feel comfortable shaking hands with a man, others refrain from doing so. Similarly, men may refrain from extending their hands to women or even sitting beside them. The safest way to know if a man agrees with the shaking hands is to leave a distance and wait for her extend her hand. If she does, it's okay to greet her by shaking hands. If not, then she may smile, greet verbally, or place her right hand on her heart as a greeting. Similarly, if a woman holds both hands together, it is also a sign that she does not wish to shake them. As a conservative country, it is advisable not to talk about sex, religion, or politics in Qatar. Even your opinions about these topics seem reasonable to you, you should take into consideration that they came from a different perspective, perhaps Western. Also, it is important to be aware that criticizing the emir is a crime, according to the constitution, and saying anything bad about the Prophet Muhammad is considered offensive. Body language in Qatar. An important aspect of understanding the culture and social etiquette in Qatar is to learn the codes of conduct surrounding body language and physical contact. Here are some key things to be aware of. Hand gestures in Qatar are serious matters and can cause legal punishments from fines to imprisonment. To prevent being misinterpreted, avoid the following gestures. Using your finger to ask, gestures anyone to come to you or to point someone or something. Instead, you may use your hand palm. Doing the thumbs up sign is an offensive connotation, like using the middle finger in Western countries. Causing rag, it can be interpreted as arrogance or as a sign of disrespect, especially if you are sitting in the front of an aged person or something of a hierarchical position. Lifting the sole of your shoes in front of people or making a gestures with your feet to anyone. Clothing and dress code in Qatar. Qatar society is heavily influenced by Islamic customs, therefore the dress code is generally traditional and conservative. Women and men wear the national dress. Qatari Arab men usually wear a flowing white full-length robe over trousers and an undershirt with the smart sandals and a kafia, a white headscarf draped over the head, held on the white-black robe. Meanwhile, Qatari Arab women wear a full-length black dress, abaya, generally over Western clothing, but others wear the veil, hijab. Their traditional dress is often decorated with the gold or silver embroidery. Although still conservative, the dress for Qatari women is much less formal than in neighboring Saudi Arabia. On formal occasions, the standard office wear for men is a long-sleeve shirts, tie, and lightweight trousers. Suits are rarely worn except during important business meetings. For women, the acceptable work attire is dresses, trousers, skirts, always below knee length, with a modest neckline and no less than half a sleeve. While local Qataris do not wear traditional dress, they do not expect foreigners to do the same. However, there are certain dress codes that everyone should follow. Men should avoid wearing shorts and sleeveless shirts in the street. Women should avoid wearing revealing clothes that do not cover shoulders and knees or that are tight or transparent in public space. Celebrations in Qatar. Ramadan is the holy month for Muslims. During this period, Muslims must fast between sunrise and sunset. Therefore, during the daylight hours, the country is relatively quiet. However, when the sun goes down, locals enjoy a celebratory atmosphere almost every night of the week. Currently, Ramadan is a summer event, but there is not a precise date as with many things in the Islamic calendar. It depends on the cycle of the moon. People cannot eat or drink in public during Ramadan, except for young children, pregnant and menstruating ladies, the elderly, and the chronically ill.